Hi, Paul Shmotolokha, CEO of NUE Energy. I'm going to do an unboxing of the new amazing SunCase 605. So first of all, as you can see, you've got all the hazmat labels over here and UN numbers. And then either it's 120 volts or 220 volts. Nice QR code gets you to the quick start guide and the manual. And so anyway, you open it up and we put a lot of extra protective padding here. At 17 pounds, it's a lot easier to get out of its box than our larger SunCases. And then inside as well, you've got some extra cable kits that we'll go through. So first of all, here's your SunCase 605. And on this side, you have your AC outlets, your AC ports. And then over here is the DC side with your USBs, and then your XT90 providing 24 volts in or out. So, to turn it on, you're turning on this blue button that engages the battery. We do this so that it can store for a much longer period of time. So giving you that flexibility where the battery is not always engaged. To turn on the inverter, I just pressed over here and the green button goes on, you're live. So just FYI, the greatest thing about the SunCase 605 is its case. Very durable. When you open it up, you have your AC charging cable. So these charging cables can actually store inside. It's probably limited to about 2 of them. You do have some more QR codes here for additional user information for the app if you want to access the diagnostics on the unit. Inside here is your IEC charging cable. This one's for the United States. So it has your standard 3-prong, and then this simply plugs into the unit. So you close it, and then you look up here and you've got your easy to use charging cable. Plug that into the wall, plug it into a generator or any AC source. The other cables that we provide are a cigarette lighter charging. So sometimes you find these needs in emergency environments, and that's got an XT60 at the end. So there are 2 XT connectors on the unit. This one is for the PV charging or this charging from the cigarette lighter, so you don't make a mistake. The 24 volt input output is actually the XT90. Sorry, that's the one with the PV adapters. And so you can't get it wrong. PV, 12 volt. So 24 volt, again, 12 volt. So what we try to do with the SunCase 605 is allow users to be able to scrounge power or get energy into the unit any which way possible. Our users have done this by tapping into batteries on the battlefield of cars that have been destroyed, but the battery's still good. So they can, through the buck boost charge controller and a cable kit with terminal lugs, you can actually attach to the battery and it'll come in 12 volts, but then boost it to 24 volts, thus charging the battery that's inside here. Other users have just simply attached it in that same fashion and had the car running, and they charge it off the battery. So we find it extremely important that you have all these ways of flexibility, and that's where the buck boost charge controller really comes into play. So anyway, that's the SunCase 605, and we had lots of these deployed now in battlefield environments. We even flew them behind enemy lines in certain conflicts in Europe right now, and fly them back and forth using logistics drones. At 17 pounds, they're extremely easy to handle. And you could think of this, yes, it doesn't have the biggest battery. It's not like our 5 kilowatt hour SunCase 3651, but it recharges really fast, recharges in a myriad of ways. And so it is really a battery that has a high amount of ways to recharge it. So I sometimes call it a regenerative device. But most importantly, it's got that SunCase case. Look at it sitting right here. It's got these little pedestal things. You could stack things on top of it, ammo cans, medical supplies, other equipment. You can't do that with a commercial off-the-shelf unit. You're gonna crack their screens. It's something actually that came to us recently. One of our customers said, I've never broken one of your screens. I've broken lots of them from your commercial off-the-shelf competitors. So one thing we do is we don't have a big screen. And the reason for that is so it doesn't break. So, you're out in a harsh operating environment, bigger the screen, bigger the point of failure. So we have all the information here. Even I can read it with my eyesight. But we also have Bluetooth, of course, going for the wireless, but small screens and ruggedization, good. So anyway, that's the SunCase 605 unboxing.